Christmas Eve, the Hansen Brothers of Hyde Park, 27-year-old Braden and 29-year-old Hunter, went for a snowmobile ride with their father, Brandon, in Franklin Basin out of Logan Canyon. The party of three was well equipped and prepared for mountain riding, and they planned to keep their speed down and stay out of steep terrain due to shallow and rocky early season conditions. Each rider wore an Avalanche airbag backpack and an Avalanche transceiver. Each carried a shovel and probe and a handheld radio for communication. They'd read the avalanche forecast and knew there were dangerous avalanche conditions on drifted upper elevation slopes in the area. They rode up into the lower angled meadows in Steep Hollow and were surprised by the good riding conditions. They continued to make their way up into the upper reaches of Steep Hollow, a classic box canyon. Hunter was the first one to ride onto the steep slope, a convex bowl beneath a broad cliff band. He stopped near a small group of trees on the steep slope and stepped off his sled. Braden then followed his brother's tracks onto the slope, veering left, and was climbing, side-hilling diagonally across the bowl when he triggered the avalanche. He saw the slope ripple around his sled, but could continue his traverse and accelerate off the avalanche's north flank into a broad, more southerly-facing part of the bowl. As he traversed, he watched as the avalanche fracture zippered back across the slope for several hundred feet under the cliff band. He saw the avalanche catch, sweep up, and rapidly carry his older brother and his new sled down the hill through a small group of trees. Hunter deployed his avalanche airbag within seconds when he realized he was caught by the torrent of snow. The avalanche carried him and his sled down the slope for around 150 yards through a group of trees, which ripped a large hole in the airbag and bent the sled's tunnel around its track. The slide came to a stop after mostly burying the sled and completely burying Hunter. The brothers' father, Brandon, was stuck below the slope. His sled's track spun down into the bottomless, sugary snow near the ground. He'd used his cell phone to capture a video of his son climbing the bowl. As soon as he saw the avalanche, he pocketed the phone, switched his transceiver into search mode, and attempted to climb up to the toe of the avalanche. The snow was deep and completely unsupportable. He sank to the ground, wallowing up to his waist in the faceted snow, and could not make any headway. After the avalanche stopped, Braden brought his sled around to the top of the large pile of debris, switched his transceiver to search mode, and began working across the debris toward the area where he'd last seen his brother engulfed in the slide, searching for a signal. He quickly picked up the beeping signal from Hunter's transceiver, and it led him close enough to see a couple of fingers of his brother's gloved hand sticking out of the snow a few feet uphill and to the right of the handlebars of his mostly buried sled. After his recovery, Hunter, who later found out that he'd broken a leg in the accident, doubled up with his brother and was able to ride out of the backcountry.
Holy shit.
Thank you for keeping my covered. I mean, I have no more time left. My right leg kind of hurts a little bit.
There's your sled.
I don't know if I ever want to ride sleds.
The day after Christmas, on December 26th, we went up to the accident site and recovered the bent up and broken sled and badly ripped airbag that Hunter deployed when the avalanche had caught him. The damage to the sled, the airbag, and the rider was caused by all being dragged violently through a group of trees by the avalanche.